What's going on there, everyone? Happy Money Monday. And even with the market going down, we have a trade that we hope will be a winner, so we can get that money and see candy, hopefully. If you're new to the channel, every single Monday I post a trade using a maximum of $100 so you can follow along. We're going to get into this week's trade, but before we do that, let's take a look at the overall market, because everyone wants to know, why in the world would that be going down, down? Why are we down so much? And I don't know. But remember, I do have that short position on, so let's take a look at what happened today, what levels held, and some things that should have held but didn't, which might be an indicator of things to come, but we need some confirmation. Opened at a brand new all-time high today. I woke up and went, whoa, I'm in trouble with my short on the SPY, but you can see we just fell back through the all-time closing high, behind that previous resistance. And then once we got into this area, this is the gap from last week, Monday, and then we just went whoosh. Kind of came down, held these previous support levels and resistance levels that we've been watching for weeks now. And then we kind of came back up, and this is a sign, one of the signs that the bears might have some more energy left. This gap was resistance all of last week. We couldn't get into that gap at all. Flushed the gap today, and what did we do at the end of the day? We came back, retested it. What was support has now become resistance as we came back down here, and the bigger key is we ended up closing the day below the 20-day moving average, which is right around 369.20. We were right there. If the bulls wanted to, they could have just held it, but they didn't have it in them. So this week's trade is in UVXY. We're going to get into the trade now. Remember, this is a hypersensitive, highly leveraged product related to the VIX, but if we do have more downside, we want to be there to capture. Now remember, I'm only risking a maximum of $100, so we'll stick with it. But if you're not a Patreon, check out the Patreon page so you can see how I'm managing this trade and when we're going to take it off. So let's get into this week's trade. What's going on, Patreons? Change of plan today was trying to look at a trade in Riot or maybe Wayfair for the day, but with, we are 375 all the way down now at 369. We're almost 60 handles off the high, so all of that's got to go out the window. We filled the gap. We're now bouncing below the gap. I think there's some significant risk continuing the rest of this week in the overall market. So the trade that I want to try to put on today is going to be in UVXY, which is the ultra short VIX program. Let's go ahead and see what we can get, as obviously we're already up 10% here. So let's go to trade UVXY options for a weekly option. We want some calls here. And obviously they're going to start getting expensive very quick. But remember, UVXY can move extremely fast. So these are about 10, can go to 50. What if we buy the 12? Sell the 12 and a half, $13, could go to 50, could get a double there pretty quick. Let's do a continue. Let's look at the spreads are getting wide. Now remember, this is not financial advice, trade as you want. I am, this option trade, we try to use a maximum of $100 just so people can play along. Your risk tolerance, trade it as you want. So we get 5 of those. Maybe I could get 6. Let's see if I could get 6, 7. That's going to be hard. Let's try to get 6 because we're going to have to pay up for this a little bit because the market is, I think, 0.16. Let's see if I can get a fill called debit spread. So I'm buying the $12 calls expiring Friday, selling $12.50 calls against it. 96 dollars would be the max cost. Let's review and see if we can get filled. Should get filled now. Look at that. That moved a lot. We should be able to get filled. I'm fine paying up a little bit for it. Let's see if we can get filled. Call debit spread. Okay, here's the UVX. Got filled at 16 cents. Very nice. Could have done a little bit more. Filled at 16 cents. Very nice. Could have done a little bit more. So I want to manage this trade. Now remember, the maximum that this could be worth at any point is 50 cents. So if at the end of the week UVXY is above 12.50, that will make this a complete winner for me. But UVXY is goofy. You know, it moves very fast. It moves very quick. So what I want to do is set up some good to cancel orders here. I paid 16 cents. So what I want to do is I'm going to enter 2 to take 2 of them off at 26 cents. That will give me, you know, that will lock in some profit. And submit. That leaves me with 3 left. That leaves me with 3. Good tell canceled. So maximum is 50 cents. There's no real reason to take the risk. And I'll try to take the other 3 off at 40 cents.
Game over.